Greetings, everyone, and welcome. It is May the 7th, and this is basically a breaking news critical update. As you know, we are approaching the May 9th Victory Day celebration and parade. The world leaders supposedly are coming to Moscow, and I have tried to educate and share with all of you that it's not just the Victory Day on the 9th, but they actually celebrate, they being Russia, this all week long and glorify themselves in their victory over Nazism. Today, over the last 24 hours, Ukraine has absolutely smashed Russia everywhere. Military targets, air bases, infrastructure. Over 500 drones have been in the air, confirmed. Putin in shock, Russia in chaos, literally, and I'm going to validate it for you over the next few minutes. Everything I'm going to share, I have confirmed with at least 3 sources inside Russia and inside Ukraine. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting, subscribing. Here we go. This is the latest. So Putin screaming no, Moscow looks on fire, and Zelensky is saying yes, and I'm giving you a thumbs up. Why? Because this has placed Russia in absolute chaos. They did not expect this, and the reason we know they did not expect it is because now Putin is throwing out the threat of the Oreshnik on Kyiv, and that is a fact. So if you're here, you're watching Ukraine, please pay attention to the air alarms. Let's go with it. This is what has happened. Ukraine, largest attack over the last 24 hours. Ukraine confirms 447 drones, missiles, etc. 447 attack pieces. Russia says it was over 500. Well, great. That's great. For over 24 hours now, the Ukrainian armed forces drones have been attacking the Russian Federation without a break. It's nonstop. Monitors say, confirming from both Ukrainian and Russian sources, currently, right this minute, and this is 12:43 Eastern as I am recording, 11 regions of the Russian Federation, including Moscow, are under attacks by UAVs. They're still flying, and the white zone right there, those regions have been declared as a no-fly zone on the border between Ukraine and Russia, and then, of course, Belarus and Russia. That is now a no-fly zone. We also know that Vucic earlier couldn't make it, but he finally did arrive, but he had to reroute, and that is the Serbian clown standing there with Putin. So let's continue. Confirmed. The armed forces of Ukraine attacked an airfield in the Moscow region. That's in the Moscow region where aircraft and personnel were stationed who were going to be involved in the May 9th parade. So let me break this down for you. You know the flyover that happens in Moscow, and the 6 jets come and they'll push out the red and the blue and the white smoke, and it creates that flag look. So as I said, this is the military base where those that were going to be participating in the beautiful flyover could possibly be stationed. Now, does that mean the flyover's canceled? Of course not. Were those aircraft destroyed? No, but this installation was hit. Absolutely a military target. Now, more confirmations for you. Russian airport system collapses due to drone attack. Dozens of flights postponed or canceled. And guys, let me tell you, Russia has a large airline industry and infrastructure. It is a very large nation. Don't forget that, with very big cities, and it's massive. So air travel is how people move around. Due to flight restrictions, passengers at Vnukovo, which is in Moscow, Sheremetyevo, Moscow, and Domodedovo in Moscow. Those are the 3 main airports in Moscow City, and Sheremetyevo is the international, and Domodedovo is the international, and Vnukovo is the regional. People have been waiting for hours to board. There is a picture for your right. Some have been waiting since yesterday. Darn. Delays and cancellations have also been reported in Volgograd. That's where Putin wants to rename it Stalingrad if the people so ask him. Nizhny Novgorod, Samara, and Perm airports. In St. Petersburg, people are not allowed off the plane for more than 7 hours. They've been sitting on the tarmac. Additionally, coming in not only the Moscow region, but in other regions, mobile internet is dead. But of course, Russia said, we're going to be smashing the mobile internet so the enemies can't shoot drones at us and we can control their airwaves. It's a real situation. It's chaos. Restaurants, shops, banks at parade locations are sealed off. The metro is closed. The metro, we're talking about 2 million people at any time, not a day, at any time can be under the ground on the metro in Moscow. And yes, it's that big of a city. Food delivery's not working. Darn, DoorDash is off. Taxi services is limited. Uber struggling. It is almost impossible to call a car. This is all confirmed information coming into you. Additionally, confirmed at this moment, as of now, only representatives of 9 out of the 22 countries have currently arrived in Moscow. Now, they are still traveling there. She says he's still on the way. Vucic has arrived. So we will see what happens. We're still 2 days away from the parade, so it should be arriving today and tomorrow, and that's why the chaos is going on. Isn't this just beautiful? I mean, Ukraine's not striking that parade there in Moscow, but they are completely putting Russia in chaos. Now, confirmed 3 sources. Russian, Ukrainian. Putin has given instructions. I do not have the video of it, but this is confirmed, to identify targets in Kyiv for a potential Oreshnik strike. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with all seriousness, the Oreshnik is serious. I guess that's what you would say. Serious, serious, serious. I shouldn't have said that 3 times, but it is. It's serious. Basically impossible for Ukraine to stop. We saw that sample hit Dnipro last year. He stated this will be the response for Ukraine not abiding by the 3-day ceasefire. Now, ladies, gentlemen, my dear friends, this is the issue where if you go back to Trump stating how great Putin did by offering this 3-day ceasefire, that was just wonderful. You see, Ukraine has already offered an unconditional ceasefire, now pushing for 60 days for 2 months, but we have nothing from that. But if Putin says we'll do a 3-day ceasefire, Trump comes in and says, see, he's sacrificing everything to do a 3-day ceasefire. And now, because Ukraine is continuing to wage war to defend their nation, he's going to threaten Kyiv or Ukraine with an Oreshnik and then be validated by that? No, that's a problem. So what is happening right now? Now, the next wave is being prepped. Here is an image coming in from Ukraine, and the bottom right, Lugansk People's Republic, there, it just says the next wave of attacks is being prepared. They will be coming out of the Kharkiv and the Sumy regions into Russia. And you can see there, happy 9th of May, Vladimir. That's a nice little inscription there, isn't it? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking at everything right now. This is where we're at. I can tell you that Russia is attacking Ukraine as well right now with drone strikes. I'll show this to you. You can see here drones in Sumy region, Kirovograd, Cherkasy region, and they're heading towards Vinnytsia. And these are the regions that are currently under air alarm, but this will be continuing. So make sure you have the notification bell on, and also planning, I think, a live today with Johnny Pierce and ATP Geopolitics later this afternoon. I'll make sure it'll be on my channel as well. Make sure you're there for that. So much is happening, but as of right now, as far as the big news, Russia in chaos, Ukraine doing a good job, and we'll see what unfolds from it. Stay tuned. More to come. Be blessed.